This conference will now be recorded.
So there we go. We are on 13th of November. We have the pre-market open prices. It's down by 30 points, and Bank Nifty is down by 117 points. And if you see the overall global market, Nikkei is down by 3.2%, Hang Seng by 1%. The Chinese market is better than the other Asian markets. It's 0.19%. That's roughly around 0.2% down. And as far as the crude is concerned, it's a gap up open for crude. Now it is at 69.50. And the sectors, yesterday IT was good. Now today we are seeing PSU banks are weak, auto is weak, financial services is down by 0.5%, private banks are down by 0.5%. So pharma is in green, 0.1%, sort of negligible, and metals are it is in green, but it's almost zero. Media is down by 3%, 0.3%. So overall, pharma is in green, and auto, PSU banks, private banks, financial services, that is NBFCs, are in red. So let's see how the market opens at 9:15. So please don't take the calls immediately as soon as it's generated, because I am working on two different systems. Now I like to get the rates from the other system, and then I like to type it here. So let's go slow today until that GoToMeeting thing is fixed. We had that problem yesterday. So we have some calls, like most of them are sell calls on a short-term basis. And we have some calls like Tata Steel, which is a buy. Tech Mahindra, UPL is a buy on a long-term basis. Same thing with S Bank. And in the pharma, I think Cipla, we have a buy on a long-term basis. The call is generated. We don't know what's going to happen. The same thing with Lupin. 1384 is the entry. So what I'll do is I'll just type the revised prices after the market opens here, and I will enter it into the Excel sheet also. And once I type the prices here, then I will give the target and the stop loss. And meanwhile, you can be chatting with me on the chat box what we have. So any questions? You'll have to type it here in the chat box. You can send me a personal message also. So the strategy is the same. I mean, roughly looking at 10,000 rupees per day, per day on an average from trading, excluding all your stop losses, whatever it is. But usually we get very few stop losses, 3 or 4 at the max, and most of them. And the 10,000 what we are talking about is even seen on one particular script on some days. Like yesterday, we had very good profits on the short side. So another 2 minutes to go. If you have any questions, please type it in the chat box so that we'll be interacting. So here we go another 1 minute, and we should be starting our trades. So there you go. We have got the prices, and BPCL is a gap up. Tata Motors is a gap down. So what I'll do is I'll have to just click on the auto refresh on button. So there you go. When Nifty is a gap down, Bank Nifty is a gap down. ADANIPORTS is a gap down. So let the prices settle in, then we can enter the trades. We can short ASIANPAINT is a buy. Okay. So we'll just wait for a few minutes. Let's prices settle down, and then we can enter the fresh rates. So BPCL is gap down. Cipla is a sell. Let's wait on that. COALINDIA is a gap up. Dr. Reddy, you can buy above 2242. Yeah, Dr. Reddy, you can buy at 2433 or the current price above that. Asha Motors is a gap down. GRASIM you can buy above 881. So Tata Motors is a huge gap down. Tata Steel you can buy at the price what we have mentioned. TCS, Tech Mahindra will wait on all these calls. Don't get into any calls now. The markets need a direction. It's 16 points down. ADANIPORTS, you can short it at 323.90.
There is a button. By calling _I, _I.
So I was talking about this. So we have HINDPETRO buy call. Oh, we can buy it above 234.70. We have a buy in Coal India. We can buy above 269.10. We have a TECHM. Tech Mahindra, you buy above 337.60. Sorry, 737.60. We have a BPCL IOC buy. Three not 150. We have an IOC buy. $139.10. ASIANPAINT buy, GRASIM buy, and GAIL buy. So let's check the price for GAIL. $371.10. We have a GRASIM buy. We'll buy at the same price what we have mentioned there, 881. Asian Paint will buy above 1301. So these are some of the calls. Now let's go back to the Nifty is moving up. Bank Nifty the same thing. ADANIPORTS, Asian Paint, Axis you can short below 604.90. So that holds good. I'll remove this calls. They're not valid now. So Asian Paint 1301 buy. So GRASIM we have a buy at 881. HINDPETRO 234.70. So BPCL we have a buy 301.50. Coal India 269.10. Tech Mahindra 737.60. It's already a buy 737. GAIL 371.10. So these are some of the calls that we have, and let's get back to the other calls. Adani Ports, I don't see any call. Asian Paint, we already have entered the price. Axis Bank, you can short it below 604. Sorry, 604.90. So Bajaj Auto, you can short it below 2638. So you can do that. Bajaj Finserv, it's reversing. We'll wait for that call. Bajaj Finance, you can short at 2264. Double 2264 you can short it. Bharti Airtel is an huge gap up. Bharti Airtel 290.90 you can short it. Cipla you can short it at the current levels 530.90. Dr. Reddy you can buy about 2442. So these are the fresh rates what I'm typing. So the old rates will go. Asha Motors, we should be getting a buy call. We'll wait on that. So GAIL, we have a fresh call. GRASIM, we have a fresh call. HCLTECH, I think we should be getting a buy call. HDFC, it's trading at its HUL, you can short it at 1639.
There is a cell phone on HINDPETRO_I.
So Titan, we have a sell. HUL, we have a sell. HUL, I'll have to change the price. Just a second. Uh, 1645, you can sell HUL. And we have a sell in Titan. So 884.80. I don't think this will trigger, but anyway, I'll enter the price. HDFC, you can short it below 1786. Remove that. HDFC Bank, you can short it below 1917. So these are the fresh rates. So Hero Moto, you can short it below 2818. Hindalco, we can 266.80, 226.80. So that's the problem when there is a gap up or a gap down. So we'll have to keep changing the prices. HUL has triggered. So you can see that HUL has triggered. GAIL, I have a buy call, and I will remove the sell. So Cipla you can short, and let's come back to the other scripts. India Bulls Housing Finance. Oh, there's no clear trend there. ICICI Bank, let's not take risk on that. It has been very flat from quite some days. 348.80, we can think of ICICI Bank. 348.80, sell call. IndusInd Bank, we can short it. 1483. For 1486 is the right price. Okay, we can for a target of 1476. Okay, INFI, we have a sell. Oh, sorry, Infratel is a sell at 256. INFI, you can short it below 661.70. Let's check ITC. IOC, we have already entered the price. ITC, we can short it below 273.60. Kotak 1148, we can short it. So it's already triggered 1148. L&T, L&T, let's short it below 1359. Lupin, let's retain that price. Sell price 858. M&M, we can short it at 766. No, sorry, 776. Be a bit careful in M&M. Now let's go to Maruti. Maruti, we might get a buy call. NTPC, the same. ONGC, Power Grid, we have entered the right price. So Reliance, you can short it 1174. Sorry, 1074. Maruti, I'm removing this sell call. I'm expecting a buy. SPI, yeah, I can short it at 276.40. Sun Pharma, okay, I can short Sun Pharma at the current level also. 586. So that's the right price, 586. Tata Motors, so that's a gap down open for Tata Motors. You can short it at 180.90. but I'm expecting a buy there. Titan, already the sell call has triggered 884.80.